Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Minerals Live. We've got the full
Hey,
crew
everyone.
in here today.
Hi, guys.
Yep.
We're happy to be with you.
We
Yep.
survived another show.
Yeah,
We did. Another Denver show. A little different this year, but
Yes.
a good show overall.
it absolutely
I think
was.
everybody was happy. Everybody enjoyed themselves and stayed safe and saw some good rocks.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
Hugely successful too.
Yeah.
So
There were a lot of people in town, and we didn't really know what to make of the Denver
Right.
show ahead of it, but it was well attended.
Yeah.
There were people, from what I understand, you were down at one of the hotel venues.
Yeah,
I
there were,
understand, especially on the opening day and the next day, there were people queued up in line
There
outside.
were people waiting, and there were really folks from all over the country, some out-of-town people that I knew that I didn't necessarily expect to see in town, and quite a few local folks as well, obviously. So it was good. I think the mineral community has been itching to have another mineral show since Tucson, and with everything going on this year, it was nice for folks to come together again and
It was.
get to go to a show.
And there are a big lot of really beautiful mineral specimens in town.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. We had 3 venues, lots of new material. Other folks had new material as well, so lots of good
Lots.
stuff to be seen.
Yeah.
right.
So everybody was excited to come to Denver this year, and we wanted to do a brief overview of what we saw and how the show went down.
Yep. We'll start with our favorite, Graham up at Wholesale.
CE Warehouse.
Right.
How old is this photo now?
Oh, it's
Oh,
way.
Graham
way
has
old.
a few less hairs, I think.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken.
it's probably at least 10 years I took that
Yeah.
picture. This is fresher.
This is
Yeah,
new.
this is
Yeah,
fresher.
This,
Yeah.
is what you'll see.
Right.
Jennifer Quist and Craig Wybert standing outside their front door at
Right.
16026 West 5th Avenue,
Yep.
Building 100.
And-
They had a bang-up show.
Right.
It was one of
They
the
did.
best Denver
Yeah.
shows ever.
That was unbelievable.
And the funny thing about it is, in the non-COVID period, these guys, they're in a 10,000 square foot warehouse with tens of thousands of mineral specimens on a regular basis, and they have to pack everything up
Yeah.
and move it 25 miles across town
Yeah.
and set up in a much smaller space than they would have in their
Yeah.
warehouse. And we decided, well, let's just hold our show here.
It
in
was
the
really a
warehouse.
win-win. I had a very pleasant, simple setup and breakdown with 2 cases of retail minerals at the Crown.
Right.
And Wholesale got to truly showcase, as Steve was saying, everything. Hundreds of flats, new keystone minerals, worldwide stuff, just absolutely everything under the sun.
And I
So-
think this year might have been their biggest year in
I
the
think
Denver
yeah,
show as far
right.
as sales were
From what I've
concerned.
heard, I think it might have been.
Lots of dealers attended, and
Yeah.
we allowed during the Denver show period some people who didn't have sales tax licenses to come in and shop
Right.
in the Keystone material and then pay the appropriate local tax
Yeah,
for those pieces. But it was fun for people to get in and see things that they don't always get to see.
Absolutely.
And so it was just really well received and an absolutely wonderful show there at our wholesale
so
warehouse.
kudos to Jen and Craig. I know they've been working very hard the past month to get ready and to make everything look good over there, and it showed.
Yeah.
People really enjoyed themselves and found something good to buy.
Yeah, they had 5 lighted display cases. It looked a lot like what they would do at the Sun Gemstone warehouse down
Yep.
in Tucson,
Yep.
and also a little bit like Phil's layout there at Mineral City in Tucson, where there were cases packed full of 50% off pieces that were available to dealers and available to collectors. And it was hugely popular, and they really, we made a lot of collectors happy.
Yeah,
with
for
the
sure.
things we were offering.
For sure.
Yep.
So, good job, Wholesale.
Yep.
Do it again next year.
Absolutely. Do it again in Tucson.
Do it again in Tucson. Yeah, not too long from now.
Yep. So you had a fun few days at the Crown, like you
Yeah,
say.
we were over at the Colorado Mineral and Fossil Show at the Crown Plaza. I believe it's the 5th or 6th year of that show in its current incarnation. And the show promoter, Sandra Gonzalez, did an admirable job, especially given all the challenges this year of putting this show together.
Is this a picture from this year?
We had a big booth, so the booths were spaced all about 15, 20 feet apart. We had lots of space. We had tables, and then we had just 2 cases of really nice retail minerals for sale. So lots of good stuff available. Really wanted to feature some of our new rhodochrosite from this summer's discoveries. So you can see in this image, we had 2 shelves of really nice quality rhodochrosite specimens from the recent finds. And these were very popular. We had some of these available online as well for those of you who couldn't make it to the show. That there was definitely a rush Friday morning for folks getting in and wanting to see the new Rotocross site.
Right.
So how did you manage all of this where you had a gallery on our website, www.collectorsedge.com, with brand new rotos released at exactly the same time as the opening?
Yeah, there was
and
a
how
little,
did you coordinate?
coordination involved. Trevor, who's my IT sidekick and helps with website and online stuff, was there, and we were texting back and forth all morning, and something would sell and I would text him the barcode and vice versa. So knock on wood, we actually we had one little minor mix up at the start, but other than that everything went okay.
Wonderful.
Good.
And happy to say that lots of rotos sold at the show, and there's still about 20 or so pieces online. So if you go on the
wonderful.
website, you'll see a banner at the top that says new 2020 rotos, and you click on that and there's some pieces available for sale on there.
And we sold a nice number of the new finds from the Detroit City, the 2020 finds here at our showroom here as well. But there are more of those pieces available, so we probably ought to put a few of those up in the Collector's Edge online.
I
as
actually
well.
just did that this
Okay,
morning. So
good.
if you want to check out some brand new rotos to the internet, first time they're offered, there's about 3 or 4 really
Great.
nice retail pieces that I just
Fantastic.
put on the website. So
That's
definitely
great.
check that out. And if you didn't make it to the show, you can reach out to any of us, and
Right.
we'd love to help you find something.
And I know Richard will be out on a road trip seeing collectors in their homes heading west towards California and other states west of Colorado. And he will have some of these new rotos with him on that trip as well.
Right.
So
Make your appointment now. my dance card's filling up.
yeah.
So and also there was quite a few other ballrooms down there at the show too. weren't
There were, yeah. The Just Minerals event was at the
Uh-huh.
Crown Plaza. I know your wife Safa was over there,
This
and
is
she
her
had
perspective,
she had a
right?
good show. Yeah, yeah. It was fun. I
Uh-huh.
went over there and spent some time chatting with Safa and Wayne and Donna and Lois from Cristal were there.
Yep.
Mark and Evan from Unique Minerals,
Right.
Leonard Himes, Cal Graver. It was a really good
A
group
nice
of dealers.
selection of
Right.
mineral dealers. That's
Yep,
great.
Yep, Isaiah S. Casanova, a few other people. Really nice quality minerals, good dealers, and everybody I talked to at that venue said they had a better than expected show.
That's
Right.
great.
And felt like it was worth coming to Denver. So
Right.
Well, we had really good feedback from the customers that visited us during the open house here. They were very enthusiastic about the way the show venue was down at the Crown Plaza.
Right.
good.
And also the fact that there were so many nice minerals in town to take a look at.
Yeah.
And all the collectors were really, really happy. So that really does bode well for Tucson. I know
It
there's
does.
so many
It does.
unknowns
Yeah.
with the COVID virus in this time in
Yeah.
our country, but nonetheless, everybody seemed to be adhering strictly to the policies
Yep.
of wearing masks, having lots of hand sanitizers, social
Right.
distancing, and we were doing temperature checks
Yep.
at the doors. I think everybody was at some of these venues, and I even heard that at the show over at the National Western
Western, right.
Center that they actually had a route that people had to go through
Yeah.
that they
Right.
couldn't. It was like one way through.
I had a friend send me photos that looked very interesting. They
Yeah.
had a very defined path. And,
Yeah, and
go
they
in
couldn't
this way
double
and come out
back.
that way.
If you wanted to buy something, you saw it down the way.
You had to keep going,
you had to keep going, and then
Yeah.
you'd have to get back in line and come back in. And I was told
Yeah.
at that show venue there were hour-long waits, hour-plus long
That's what
waits
my
on
friend
some of
was
the
saying.
days.
Yeah, it got
So-
it got quite busy.
Yeah.
And I've always said Denver is a fantastic show for buying. In some ways, it can on a good year almost even be better than Tucson. If you're a collector, you're looking for new things and good things at good prices. Denver is a great show.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think most people had a good experience here this year buying.
Right. So it bodes well for the future. We're
Yep.
looking forward to Tucson, as all of you collectors that love to go to Tucson every year. You're a little nervous about, well, should I make plans and whatnot? And everything hasn't gelled yet. I think the TGMS is still trying to decide exactly with the restrictions they'll have on the convention center usage, exactly what the show will look like for
Yep.
2021. But nonetheless, things will be moving forward. There'll be a show in
Yep,
Tucson.
yep,
and
things are moving
and,
forward. And if you liked Mineral City last year, I don't want to say everything quite yet, but there are some big changes in the works and additions and improvements. And I think this year, Mineral City is going to be bigger and better than ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's truly going to be the center of gravity for the mineral part of the show.
Yeah,
So,
I think you're right.
yeah, please come and see us there if you're in town.
And it sounds like, from what I understand, at least at this moment in time, the Westward Look will continue forward.
Yep.
They may do a few different things. I've heard rumors that they may do their collector day out of the lobby of the hotel area,
Right. Yep.
and they probably won't be able to do the Sunday social gathering with the lectures and
Right.
social gathering, just because it's too risky at this point in time. But
Yep.
you know, people are finding ways to move life forward as it's prudent and protecting themselves. So it was a good show in Denver.
Yeah, it was. It was. Thank you to everybody watching who made the effort to come to the show. We couldn't have had the show without
Right.
you, obviously. So I hope it was enjoyable for you and you found something good to add to your collection.
Well,
What did you see that was new down there as far as new supply of minerals?
Yeah, there were a number of new things. There were some field collected finds from around various parts of the western U.S. that I saw. A lot of the international dealers obviously weren't here this year, so that curtailed that a little bit. But there were nice things from Mexico.
Right,
There
some
was
new things.
some blue hemimorphite
Right.
that sparked quite a bit of interest. There was some nice lumber. Our former mining partners with the Lumberita project, Daniel and Luis, had some nice Lumberita pieces. I think most dealers had something that I would put in the new category. So that was nice to see as well.
Yeah, and so it's great to see that people are excited about minerals and mineral shows, as well as our road trips, and the online sales are booming. And so it's good to see this much interest in mineral collecting and people finding a way to continue the passion for
Right.
collecting fine minerals. So
Yep.
it's really great.
And we alluded that we had a little open house here as well.
Yeah, we
In the
did.
main office had a nice overflow capacity tent out front.
We did.
As a little reception area
Yeah.
with refreshments and sandwiches and whatnot.
Yeah, and that went really well. There were some days when we needed that space. People were out there enjoying some Subway sandwiches and candy and cookies and different things, drinks, and so it worked out really well.
Absolutely.
And we had two dealers here at the Collector's Edge property. We had Collector's Edge, obviously, in our two gallery rooms, and some things, our new discoveries of the rhodochrosite were out in our front lobby. And then we were joined this year by Focal Crystal, a great mineral dealer out of Houston, Texas, and they had a beautiful display. There's James all masked up for the event, and just showing you how his area laid out with a couple lighted cases and some beautiful minerals and flats on the table.
Right. And here are the cases of rhodos that we had up front.
Yeah, boy, there's some killers in there.
Yep.
Yeah, this was
Really-
the big attention getter, I think, of our open house, having these wonderful rhodos, and you can see we have some fantastic cut stones there as well from
Right.
Dino's pocket. That pocket yielded quite a bit of gem rough,
Mm-hmm.
and our friends Paul and Kelly Corey, who do the faceting of the gem rough material, really had a quick turnaround and were able to get some fantastic stones ready for Denver.
Yeah.
Yep.
And these rhodos are really fantastic, folks. They have great luster, cherry red color, and nice transparency. Some on matrix, some just isolated crystals with a tiny bit of attached matrix, and they're incredible and quite large. Some of these are over 2 inches on edge.
Yep.
So impressive specimens, and they were very well received by those attending the show.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, you're probably going to start refocusing your attentions on the website now, I'm guessing. Get
Yeah,
another,
we're gonna hit the website hard again for all of you who maybe didn't make the show or like to shop online. Just adding Final Call minerals today as we speak, and we're hard at work getting some more minerals photographed and listed online. So
Awesome.
stay tuned. There'll be a nice update at the end of this week. Final Call minerals, and also I really encourage you to check out our worldwide retail minerals on our website as well. You know the Final Call is nice because you're getting the deal, but I think if you look at some of our normal retail offerings, so to speak, you're going to find some really nicely priced, attractive minerals from around the world.
Absolutely. And you're pretty active on Instagram as well, right?
Yeah, the Instagram has been great. It was a good way to advertise our roto release that we did online. Posted a couple videos. If you want to see what our setup at the Crown looked like, you can get on there and see a couple videos I posted from the show. And it's a great way to sort of wave the flag and meet new folks, and also offer some minerals for sale. So make sure you follow us on there. You don't have to be an Instagram account holder, I think, to view it. You can just go to the website and check it out. So.
Wonderful. That's fantastic.
Good deal. Well, hopefully by the time we're going to have one more episode of Minerals Live next week, and then there'll be another hiatus unless Phil wants to run Minerals Live while I'm
I've been
gone.
talking about it for a while and get my act together and do it here. I'm scared of the IT component.
Well,
but
you
it
got
can't be
your
that
Instagram
bad.
Live thing, and that
That's
seems
true.
to go
That's
really
true.
well.
Yeah,
I mean, folks, that's a lot of fun to watch.
I'll do
that
some.
show,
I'll do some
right?
more of those.
Right.
Yeah, I do want to do some more of those this fall.
So we'll be back with Minerals Live starting on early November, after next week's show.
Yep.
And hopefully our IT guy will have a new setup, and the production looks a little more smooth and
Cool.
polished and less blinky. So
How could we look any less?
Yeah, exactly.
well, you know.
We look great. It's all the computer's
Marvelous.
fault.
Anyway, so thanks everybody for watching.
Yep.
Certainly, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Steve at CollectorsEdge.com, Phil at CollectorsEdge.com, Richard at CollectorsEdge.com.
Yeah, reach on out. We've got
Be happy to help.
40,000 plus minerals, and we would love to show you something. So
Absolutely.
thank you for watching. Thanks for coming to the show, and we'll catch you soon.
Thanks.
Sounds good. Thanks everybody. Take care.
See you later.
And stay distant.